Ladies and gentlemen, before I ever advise a client on investing a dollar, I first evaluate something far more important than their portfolio. I evaluate their mindset. Because here is a truth most people learn too late. Almost everyone in the U.S. has something they do that pays them a weekly or monthly salary, yet 90% of these people still struggle to build wealth. Why? The reason is simple. You cannot become a medical doctor without medical education. Now listen carefully for your own good. No matter how educated you are, a degree alone does not guarantee wealth. One of the biggest mistakes many educated people make is believing school automatically prepares them for financial success. Then when life gets hard, they blame the economy, the government, or their circumstances. The truth is, most schools never taught us how money really works or how to build wealth. They taught us how to work for money, not how to make money work for us. If you truly want financial freedom, you need financial education beyond the classroom. Learn about investing, business, assets, cash flow, and wealth-building strategies. That knowledge changes everything. Money amplifies who you already are. If you are financially undisciplined, money magnifies chaos. If you are financially educated, money magnifies opportunity. Years ago, I worked with a young tech entrepreneur in California who sold his startup for $18 million before the age of 30. Overnight, he had more money than he knew how to manage. He diversified, or at least he thought he did. He bought multiple luxury properties with high carrying costs, invested in friends' startups without due diligence, speculated aggressively in volatile assets, and upgraded his lifestyle to match what he believed wealthy people should look like. Within 6 years, poor liquidity, over-leveraging, and emotional decision-making eroded more than 70% of his net worth. Contrast that with another client, a first-generation immigrant who started as a nurse earning $65,000 per year. She studied personal finance relentlessly. She understood compounding. She invested consistently in index funds. She avoided lifestyle inflation. She purchased a modest duplex, lived in one unit, and rented the other. 25 years later, she became financially independent, not because she earned millions, but because she understood how money works. The difference between these two individuals was not income. It was financial education. That is why, before building wealth, you must build understanding. And there are 5 foundational books that reshape how you think about money at a core level. The first is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This book fundamentally challenges the traditional American belief that a high-paying job is the primary path to wealth. Kiyosaki introduces one of the most important distinctions in personal finance, the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out. This seems simple, but most people misunderstand it. Your personal residence, if it does not generate income, is not an asset in the investment sense. It is an expense. A car payment is a liability. Credit card debt is a liability. Meanwhile, rental properties producing positive cash flow, dividend-paying stocks, ownership in businesses, intellectual property, these are assets. The book also teaches the concept of the cash flow quadrant, explaining the difference between employees, self-employed individuals, business owners, and investors. Most people operate on the left side, trading time for money. True wealth is typically built on the right side, where systems and capital generate income independent of your daily labor. The core lesson is that financial freedom comes not from earning more income alone, but from acquiring income-producing assets that eventually exceed your expenses. It trains your brain to stop saying, "I can't afford it," and start asking, "How can I acquire assets that will pay for it?" The second transformative book is The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. If Kiyosaki teaches mechanics, Housel teaches behavior. And behavior is where most fortunes are either built or destroyed. This book explains that financial success is less about intelligence and more about emotional discipline. Housel discusses the power of compounding not just mathematically, but psychologically, showing how time in the market, rather than timing the market, is what builds extraordinary wealth. He emphasizes that managing risk is more important than maximizing returns. Avoiding catastrophic mistakes matters more than chasing extraordinary gains. One of the book's most powerful lessons is understanding the role of luck and risk. Many wealthy individuals benefit from timing, geography, or opportunity, but sustainable wealth requires humility and margin for error. Housel also discusses lifestyle creep, the tendency to increase spending as income rises, which quietly traps high earners in cycles of dependency. The key takeaway is that wealth is what you don't see. It is the money saved and invested, not the money spent. Mastering your emotions, fear during downturns and greed during booms, is essential. Financial markets reward patience, not impulsiveness. The third book, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason, delivers timeless financial laws through simple parables set in ancient Babylon. Despite its age, its principles remain foundational. The most famous concept from this book is pay yourself first. At least 10% of everything you earn is yours to keep. This principle establishes savings as a non-negotiable priority, not an afterthought. The book also teaches living below your means, controlling expenses so that desires do not outpace income. Another critical lesson from Babylon is to make thy gold multiply. Savings alone are not enough. Money must be invested wisely to generate more money. But Clason warns against reckless investments, advising readers to seek counsel from those experienced in the field in which they invest. In modern terms, that means understanding asset classes, diversification, and avoiding speculative traps. The book also teaches guarding against loss, protecting principal before chasing return. These principles form the bedrock of financial security. Systematic saving, disciplined spending, prudent investing, and protection from avoidable risk. The fourth book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, focuses on the mental architecture behind wealth creation. After studying hundreds of high achievers, Hill concluded that wealth begins with a definite purpose. Vague desire produces vague results. Clear, written, emotionally charged goals create direction and persistence. Hill emphasizes the power of belief, specialized knowledge, organized planning, and relentless persistence in the face of setbacks. One of the core teachings is that your subconscious mind influences your financial outcomes. Repeated thoughts shape actions, and actions shape results. Hill discusses the importance of association, surrounding yourself with individuals who elevate your thinking. He introduces the concept of the mastermind principle, where collaboration with like-minded individuals multiplies insight and opportunity. While some ideas are philosophical, the underlying message is practical. Wealth begins internally before it manifests externally. If you do not believe you are capable of building wealth, you will unconsciously sabotage progress. The fifth book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, builds upon this psychological foundation by examining your money blueprint. Eker argues that each of us develops subconscious beliefs about money during childhood, shaped by parents, culture, and early experiences. These beliefs quietly determine income ceilings, spending habits, and risk tolerance. If you believe money is scarce or that wealthy people are unethical, you will resist financial success. Eker contrasts the thinking patterns of wealthy individuals versus those stuck in scarcity. For example, wealthy people focus on opportunities. Others focus on obstacles. Wealthy people think long-term. Others think short-term. Wealthy individuals believe in being paid based on results. Others believe in being paid based on time. The book provides practical exercises to recondition your thinking, shifting identity from someone who works for money to someone who builds and manages money. When you step back and view these 5 books collectively, you see a comprehensive transformation framework. Rich Dad, Poor Dad teaches financial structure and asset acquisition. The Psychology of Money teaches behavioral discipline and emotional intelligence. The Richest Man in Babylon teaches timeless financial habits and safeguards. Think and Grow Rich builds mental clarity and goal orientation. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind rewires subconscious programming. Together, they move you from survival thinking, worrying about bills, to strategic thinking, building systems, assets, and long-term independence. In America, we have access to the most sophisticated financial markets in the world. We have retirement accounts with tax advantages, index funds with minimal fees, real estate leverage opportunities, entrepreneurial freedom, and unparalleled access to information. Yet many remain financially fragile because education is optional, not foundational. If you handed an uneducated individual $5 million, statistics suggest much of it would disappear. But give a financially educated person modest resources and time, and they can build lasting wealth. Wealth is not an accident. It is not luck alone. It is not income alone. It is knowledge applied consistently over time. Before you chase money, chase understanding, because once your mindset shifts from consumer to investor, from earner to owner, from spender to builder, wealth becomes not a dream, but a predictable outcome. So here is what I am asking you to do tonight. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, tonight. Go home and order these 5 books, not 1, not 2. All 5. Read them in order. Start with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, because it will open your eyes to what assets and liabilities truly are, and it will fundamentally change the way you look at every dollar that enters your life. Then, move to the Psychology of Money, because it will teach you that your behavior with money matters more than your salary, your degree, or your job title. It will humble you. It will make you patient. It will show you that the wealthiest people in the world are not the smartest. They are the most disciplined. Then read The Richest Man in Babylon, because it will give you a system, a simple, ancient, proven system for building wealth one paycheck at a time. Read it every morning. Let it burn inside you until your actions have no choice but to align with your vision. And finally, read Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, because it will expose the invisible programming that has been silently controlling your financial life since childhood, and it will give you the tools to rewrite that programming permanently. And if you received value from this lesson, I encourage you to like it, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more powerful financial insights. Because financial education should not stop here. It should become a lifelong habit. Remember, the more people who understand money, the stronger families become, the stronger communities become, and the stronger our future becomes. Thank you.